Hi, and welcome. You're listening to the X22 Report. My name is Dave, and this is episode 1025A, and today's date is July 18th, 2016, and the title of the episode is The Economic Picture is Looking Worse and Worse. Let's get into the economic collapse financial news. Now, we've been following this economy, and we've been following the economic indicators, and we realize that the entire picture of the economy, it's getting worse. I know the corporate media, I know the U.S. government, I know the talking heads are out there saying that it's getting better. But as we continually look deeper and deeper into what's happening here, we see that this is really not the case. And of course, as we know, the U.S. government central bankers, they're not going to say, hey, we're in a recession. Hey, we're in a depression. Sorry about this recovery, but that was completely fake. No, they need to keep the lie going. They can't stop with the lie. How would that look at this point? They can use excuses like the Brexit. Oh, since the Brexit, we can't raise interest rates. Since the Brexit, we need QE. Oh, since the Brexit, this is why the economy is not doing as well as we said it was going to do. And we can see this is the reason, one of the reasons, I have to say, that the Brexit was allowed, which doesn't mean that the UK actually exited the EU. It means they allowed this referendum to go forward like this. And what we're seeing right now is there are many, many layoffs occurring in this country. People are losing their jobs. Now, there is an internal memo from Honeywell, and it seems that Honeywell is planning a new reduction in force, which is a politically correct way of saying layoffs. And we can see right now that turbine engine orders, they're down by 10 to 20%. And layoffs are coming for the second time in a year. And they're saying a lot of these orders are being canceled. And it looks like the aerospace boom is over for this cycle. And we're going to see many other companies come out and lay off many of the employees. It's going to be like a domino effect. We've been seeing this since the beginning of this year, actually going back to 2015, but we've been seeing a lot of it this year. And it's going to accelerate. Because what's happening is as the economy continually declines, corporate earnings, sales, they're not doing what the United States government central bankers are telling us they're doing. Because when you go past the statistics that they're handing out to us and you go directly to the companies, you can see sales are down, retail is contracting, many people are being laid off, many people can't find jobs, and there's just so much lying that the U.S. government central bankers can do before people start to realize, well, wait a minute. I know what you're telling me, but something doesn't make sense here. Something doesn't sit right. And this is the problem that the U.S. government central bankers are having right now. We are seeing that Bank of America, their profits have tumbled by 19%. And we're starting to see a lot of corporations where profits are declining rapidly. Sales are declining rapidly. And as we move forward, the central bank economy cannot continue on the way it is right now. They've tried quantitative easing. They tried bringing the interest rates down to zero. Many countries, they're in the negative area. The Federal Reserve increased the interest rates, but that just made it look like, yes, the U.S. is doing much, much better. But now I heard that the Fed might not increase rates until 2018 because of the Brexit. And at this point, we can see that most likely they're going to be going to the negative range. What's happening with the central bank is they're running out of options. Yes, they can hand out currency to the people, the helicopter money, but that's the nuclear option. That's the last option that they have before the whole thing goes bust. Now, will they get to that point? Maybe, maybe not. But when we look at everything, we see that nothing has really worked to improve the economy. It's created bubbles. It's given us the illusion that things are doing much, much better. But in reality, for those people who have lost their jobs, for those people who can't find a job, for those companies that are going out of business, for those people who are making much less right now, this is not a recovery. Now, of course, those people in the stock market, those people in the financial institutions that are riding the free money roller coaster ride, they feel like everything is fine. They feel fine until everything comes to a screeching halt. And what QE really has done, it has made the asset rich richer and the poor relatively poorer. I mean, think about this for a second. How much will a bond with a negative yield be worth on the day that investors lose confidence in their central bankers' ability to control the financial markets? Investors holding junk bonds are going to take a very big hit. Now, even if you don't own bonds, you may still have significant exposure. And people say, well, what do you mean? I don't have any bonds. I don't have to worry about it. It's not a big deal. But remember, if you have a pension fund, just like the pension funds had those securities from the subprime crisis. So when this entire thing comes down and there's a system-wide repricing, everyone is going to get hit. And everyone is going to feel it all at once. And we know it's coming. We know the bubbles are getting larger and larger. And we know we need to get prepared. I mean, look what's happening in Venezuela. People cannot find resources. They cannot find food. And Colombia, well, they opened their borders. And 35,000 Venezuelans went over the border to buy food, medicine, because they just couldn't find it inside the country. The store owners in Colombia, they couldn't keep up with all of this. Actually, they were taken by surprise because they didn't realize how many people were going to be pouring into the country to buy their goods. And before you knew it, they were completely out of it. They didn't have anything left. And this is why we all need to take a look around us and understand what is going on here. As the central bankers, the United States government, continually tells us that we are okay, just like they did back in 2008, they're going to do this up until the very end. And even during the crisis, they won't admit it. And people are going to be scratching their heads. They're not going to be understanding what is going on here. And this is going to be a major problem. For those people who are not prepared, it's going to be a disaster. Because they're going to be running around like crazy, looking for food, looking for supplies, looking for batteries, looking for weapons, trying to get cash out, trying to get gold and silver, and it's going to be completely impossible. They will not be able to do it. As we can see in Venezuela, as we can see in Greece, as we can see in many countries when things went south. And the system's going to drop very, very quickly. If you go back to 2008, the system came down very quickly in October. And then it fell once again in 2009. And people, they really didn't have time to react. Many people just packed up their boxes. You got the layoff notice. People were leaving their jobs. Companies were going out of business. People were losing their houses. People didn't know what to do. People living under bridges, taking their tents, setting them up. And it was getting worse and worse. Now, just think about this. Now it's 100 times worse. Now they've blown these bubbles up to the point where the people aren't even involved in the economy. It's just the U.S. government central bankers making things up, creating this illusion. And all those people that are believing, are in the market, who think they have their pensions, it's all going to crumble down around them. And it's going to be horrific. And this is why you need to be prepared and ready. Listen, everyone, thanks a lot for listening. Be well, be safe, and especially be prepared. Thanks a lot.